Hello and welcome. You are listening to Ketchup is the Worst Condiment.
Hello, I'm Wiseman.
I'm Nicewonger.
And I am Glenn. Okay. And oddly enough, that was not in my headphones at all, so I could hear nothing. But, I mean, I heard it all. Because
you literally watched it happen.
I did watch it, but I had my headphones on, you see, and they're noise canceling, so I couldn't hear it spin around. But
got you. That
all
makes
right,
a lot
but
of sense.
yeah. All right. Well, this is going to be easy. It's literally one word, 3 explanation points. The word is zombie. Zombies. Yes.
Do you mean Walker? Depending on what universe we're talking about zombies, because
I don't know. Well, if you think of zombies, do you think of zombies in the classical sense, or?
I think of zombies straight from Walking Dead. Like these things are lumbering. They're not really running. They're just kind of lumbering and decomposing.
Are they climbing?
No, they are incapable of climbing to me, because if I were in a zombie apocalypse, I don't want zombies that can climb. I want them to lumber and maybe shuffle.
A lot of shuffling.
I have a greater chance of living.
A lot of shuffling, a lot of rotting.
And moan. Yes, a lot of rotting. I'm just staying in. Like, I don't understand that show. Like, how'd it go on so long when those are decomposing bodies that are... Eventually, there should be no more. Like, I didn't really understand how they 10-yeared into the future.
Which movie are you talking about?
The muscles, the ligaments.
The Walking Dead.
Oh, say. So the show, you mean?
We go by the Walking Dead series. Yeah.
Okay.
That series, where they never actually referred to them as zombies. They just called them walkers. So
I don't think they could legally do that, could they?
Is zombies trademarked?
I don't think zombies is trademarked.
Oh.
Then why not use the term? I mean, it's a well-known term.
It was the writer. He never wanted to refer to them as zombies. I don't know why, but that was one of his lines in the sand, I guess.
That's an odd quirk, huh?
Right?
That's like someone's driving a car toward you, but you can't call it a car.
There's a moving vehicle.
There's a horseless carriage coming right at us.
Watch out for that chariot.
That's my luck, too. I'm too busy trying to figure out what to call it and not actually dodging the car coming towards me or pushing a person out of the way.
Meanwhile, the zombie's gnawing on your shin. I mean, the walker or the shambler or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah. Of the three of us, let's just get this straight. Chris and I, when we've always talked about this. In the case of an apocalypse, we all have certain jobs we have that we're going to be doing. Me being a diabetic and living off of a synthetic product, I'm the gopher, no matter what. Like, oh, there's a zombie guy, or there's a zombie horde. Chris, go get us food. Like, all right, I have a limited time frame. Let's go do this.
Well, that's a good point. You're very expendable.
I am very expendable. And being diabetic, not being able to feel my legs, they'd just be gnawing on me, and I'd be walking along like, what is going on?
You have a limited shelf life, man. You're like milk. You're out for like a week, and then you just fall over dead.
Yep, that's it.
Wouldn't that be a bit of a liability, though, too? I mean, I know we talked about this, and I know at the time we kind of agreed, but now that this is the topic and we're thinking about it now, wouldn't that make you a bit of a liability, though? Because, I mean, it's not guaranteed that you're going to come back. And then not only that, if you do get bit, you're not going to know. And so you're going to turn in the middle of the compound. Or you could pass out and die in the middle of your sleep because of a sugar low. And then you're going to be gnawing on somebody.
There it is.
Raising that blood sugar back up as the
There's what's going to take me out. That's what's going to take me out is a sugar low. I agree with that. The being bit on the leg, you have to have blood flow for that venom to go into the rest of your body. So it's just going to be right there. Is that how that
works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joke's on you, zombie. I'm immune.
That's right. Only my leg has been affected. I have one zombie leg.
And it's going to be rotting due to, diabetes.
Diabetes.
I'm going to be able to walk
ulcers
amongst
anyways.
them. I'm going to be able to walk amongst them. Like, what's up, guys? What's
that's
going
a good
on?
point. They'll just sniff
Where are
you
we
and go, yep.
shuffling to?
He's one of us. I mean, obviously, just look at that guy.
This one's
They're
kind of
avoiding
turned.
me.
We don't want that.
Yeah. you look over and they're sniffing me like, you see him step away from me. I'm like, what?
Like you just let out a fart or something.
Yeah.
You're too repulsive for zombies. That's a new low.
I become the zombie king. Like, this is my horde.
Yeah. So
Find
we're
me insulin.
would you gnaw on a pig pancreas? Is that how you would take care of that?
I have no idea. I've never really said. I've just realized if an apocalypse happened, I'm screwed. I'm out. Like my shelf, like you said, I'm a gallon of milk. Yeah,
we're gonna use you like we're just gonna strap a large explosive device to you and send you on your way.
Well, I mean, come on now.
If there comes a very large horde that comes traveling our way,
yeah,
just gonna give him a megaphone and going squee, squee.
I feel like I'm more useful than that. I mean, geez, don't stick a bomb on me and tell me good day.
We'll wait until you feel a little weak, a little woozy, then we'll strap a bomb to you. Yeah, I'm a little dizzy. Oh, get the bomb.
Get the bomb.
He'll go anywhere now. Just give him directions and he'll walk.
Yeah, just tell him to go forward.
I will never complain of being sick. You'll look over at me and I'm sweating and hot, but I'm like, I'm okay, guys.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
He looks a little pale.
I just haven't been out in the sun.
What's really bad is whenever you get that bad. What's really bad is if you actually get that bad, you really won't be able to put a few words together. You're just going to sit there and groan. So naturally, we're going to assume that you're a zombie.
Or put a knife through your skull or something.
Yeah.
Sugar.
He was groaning.
They're
he
talking
said
now.
Sugar.
Yeah. Oh, sugar.
Sugar. Great.
I'm going to learn that for next time.
I'm going to be sleeping in the zombie pen. Like, that's where you guys are going to be like, where's Chris? He's in the zombie pig.
No, we're putting you on the wall, so you start moaning or doing something weird. We're just pushing you over the edge.
Oh, my goodness.
Got to cut our losses, man.
I didn't say it wouldn't be useful. I mean, come on. You're going to need someone who's capable of running into the horde, not getting bit, and getting what you need. Yeah.
Running.
Hey.
Running.
Hey. Crawling.
On the rotting legs.
Either way, those are coming back. You're getting them supplies.
Running, wheeling, whatever that
shuffling.
I am very happy that we are going with the classic Night of the Living Dead, Shaun of the Living Dead, shambling, non-intelligent, unable to use tools, unable to climb ladders, I presume.
Yeah, what was the Brad Pitt movie where they were running
that was World War Z.
Yeah. And they ran like a horde.
Yeah, it was based on the book from Brooks? Mark Brooks?
And it was a good book. And
it was
didn't he also do How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse as well?
I think so. I think I read all the books. I read How to Survive It and World War Z. I don't recall them running like that in the book. I think that was for cinematic purposes because that was like straight out of like 28 Days Later. We're not surviving that, dude. I mean, I'm not.
They're all triathlons that don't get tired.
Right. They're Iron Men.
Yeah.
Except for the bicycle part.
And
I don't think they could operate a bicycle.
Yeah, you can't climb away from them because they all just fell on top of each other and made some weird ant ladder up to where you were at. So
right. And they were running like at Mach 0.2. I mean, they were moving, bro.
The minute I see
I got it in me.
Yeah, the minute I see a zombie get on all fours and run, I'm like, oh, he is definitely more athletic than I am. Dead. Because y'all tried to do that weird bear crawl run thing.
No, because I am not a wolf man.
Not only that, but wasn't like the transmission of that like 10 seconds and it was you turned within the 10 seconds.
It was pretty quick, yeah. I don't know about 10 seconds.
It wasn't like Walking Dead where you had days.
It wasn't the next day. You're like, oh, I feel a little woozy. And then you're like, you know what? Hamburger sounds good. No, on second thought, make that brains.
But once again, even in World War Z, I would be safe. They'd sniff the diabetes and the rotten flesh on me, and they'd avoid me like that one kid in the alley.
movie only, though. I don't recall that happening in the book either, though. Did that happen in the book? I don't recall that.
I
really don't.
That was what happened in the book. I thought the general idea was that they didn't attack things with, but I don't remember. I'm gonna have to read that book again. I mean,
it's been a long
10 plus years ago.
Don't feel like that's how. I don't think that happened, but I couldn't tell you. But yes, we're not surviving those sorts of zombies. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care how many rounds of ammunition you have. You are not going to survive that, man. I mean, not for very long, unless you are really optimally placed when this hits the fan. You know, like on a fishing vessel off the coast or something. I don't know.
But even then, you still got to come in for provisions. So
right.
Yeah. In The Walking Dead or in these zombie movies, I never understood. Excuse me. In The Walking Dead, they figured out if they covered themselves with dead parts, they could walk amongst them. So why didn't they take shifts of just covering themselves and then walking up to these zombies and just poking them in the face, braining them
with a sharp
and just
object.
Take shifts?
I don't know.
8 to 4, round the clock. All right, it's your turn. Go out there and go zombie some people. Like, they'd wipe out a horde. I mean, a pretty large horde, in a few days. But what else do you have to do at that time? Like, it's not like you're booked full of anything else.
Not like you're going to go watch a movie or something.
Right? So take shifts, take them out. I mean, I never understood that part because they could just walk up to him. They were all around him like, oh, poke, poke, poke. 3 of them down right then.
Poke, poke, poke. Oh, that's a good question. Here's another great question. What are your weapons of choice? Ooh. Assuming you had access to anything you wanted. I mean, practically, there's things we're not, like if I want a pole arm, I don't have access to one. But ideally, what would be, let's say your main weapon, you get one main weapon and a backup weapon. What would those 2 things be?
All right, now are we talking like within the logical world of the zombie apocalypse, or can this be anything? Because if it's anything, I'm going for a lightsaber, man.
No, we're not doing magical vorpal weapons or lightsabers or laser guns.
We're not doing Gandalf's staff.
No, we're not. We're not nuking them from orbit because it's the only way to be sure. Although we all know it is the only way to be sure. But no, practically.
Right. Okay.
I would say a spear.
Interesting you say that. I actually also believe a spear or something very similar to that.
Or a pikeman. Like, is that what they're called? Yeah. Something...
You can have a pike. Like, I want something with a spear, but I want it to have like a cross, like a hilt toward the thing so it doesn't slide down all the way or whatever.
Knowing me, I'd get in a game. If Wiseman were out there doing it, we'd be like, how many zombies can we get on one pike?
Oh, look at that. Yeah. He's chewing on your face.
Yeah, like
while you have 7 of his friends.
Yeah.
But that would be my main weapon too. Something like a pole arm, halberd, poleaxe. But yeah, something with a spear.
Wiseman?
Well, I was going to say something along the lines, and Glenn, maybe you just said it because I just don't know what it's called, but the cross between the spear and kind of the scimitar, where it's the long, broad, sharp object, but it also has a long handle as well.
So kind of like a halberd, some sort of pole arm.
Yeah.
Something you could kill them at distance.
Mm-hmm.
I would say something between that or a katana. I would go with and I mean like the Japanese katana, like the extremely sharp, very durable.
Now, would you want a katana or would you want like a machete? Because to me, a machete would not break as quickly as a katana would.
There is that.
I mean, long term.
I feel like you have to be kind of artful to use a katana because you have to, the angle. I mean, you kind of have to hit it at a good angle for it to actually impart the cutting force on it.
I guess that's true because the machete is a little bit more on the blunt force compared to the katana, whereas, like you said, the art form. Okay, all right. Clearly, I have not thought about this enough.
Obviously not. What is wrong with you?
I guess machete
ready
then.
For everything.
Apparently not.
A machete on a stick.
Yeah,
they have that.
Yeah, it's a halberd. It's like a poleaxe. Yeah. We'll say a poleaxe or something.
Wow, that was easy. We were all in pretty good, agreement on that.
All right, and what about a backup weapon? Your secondary when you have 4 people on your pole arm and you got to put it down. What do you pull out for that? You know, that really dramatic, close-in counter sort of thing. What are you using?
A very large screwdriver.
What do you mean large? Like how big
like,
are we talking?
You know, one of those really long screwdrivers they have. One of the really thick, long ones. You know, not one of these little bitty snub ones that I have in my toolbox, but one of those. Yeah,
something like a diesel mechanic would use on something.
Yes, something like that.
Huh.
Yep.
I'm going with a cricket bat.
Oh.
Ooh,
very
nice.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, one of my personal favorite zombie movies is Shaun of the Dead. Man, that is great. All he wants to do is get back to that pub.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter what's going on. He just wants to drink with his friends.
I love it. That's so
end
great.
Scene, he's pressing the button so him and the zombie can play video games together.
Yeah. Some things never change.
Yeah,
I think for my backup weapon, I think it would be like a mace. Like a mace. Well, I mean, you know what a mace is. I mean, a mace. Yeah. I'd use a mace. I find it odd and interesting that nobody here asked or suggested like any sort of projectile weapon. No crossbows, no handguns, no machine guns.
I don't want something that I have to worry about the ammo with. Like a crossbow would be great until you're trekking across the field to grab your arrow or your bolt. Like, ooh, this is fun.
I just
Excuse me.
I find it interesting that despite the fact that we're going totally medieval on their asses, is that at the same time it's kind of practical. There's a practical reason behind it. I agree. It's the ammunition problem is the problem I have. I don't want to be running out of like, oh man, did anybody see any more 223s? I mean,
right.
But that's also the thing. I mean, if you're talking about a zombie apocalypse, you're also looking at the other half that The Walking Dead really talks about, which is it wasn't so much that the dead they had to really worry about, it was the living. And if what we have is handheld blunt objects or sharp objects, we're going to be in trouble when it comes to the long range because that's what everybody else has. So probably wouldn't last too long with all that.
Nope, I got it. Trebuchet. we just have several trebuchets.
Yes.
Our long distance weapon. Yeah, that is a problem. I guess the whole mano man versus man sort of thing, it's kind of an oversight because we are not going to survive that. There's going to be some random, like a collection of 4 rednecks that are loaded for bear, and they're going to take down the entire compound because we went back into like the 14th century for some reason. Yeah.
And I just supplied them with a cricket bat.
that on The Walking Dead, like the walkers became secondary. It was always them against the other survivors was what towards the later seasons. And I didn't watch after a certain season, but that was the point that it was getting at, was that you don't have to worry about the walkers. You could handle those as long as they weren't a big horde. It was the other people screwing you over and trying to eat you for food, or wanting the spot you decided to take over, even though that was stupid to me because the world had far more areas to be able to take over.
Now.
Yeah. And they just wanted your piece of land. Thanks. Go find your own.
Go find your own. Piss off.
Piss off.
This is
we
mine.
scavenged these ourselves.
That's right.
This is my pub.
That's right. It's my pub, and I got a cricket bat, damn it.
Yeah.
And a screwdriver.
And a very large mechanic screwdriver. Yeah. I not only can brain you, I can fix something with
something
it
else
needs fixing.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
And have you seen the trebuchet?
We don't know how to operate it, but we have one.
We have tried it 3 times.
That's right.
And we have made 3 new zombies.
If you're at 120 yards, we could do something about it. But now that you're a lot closer, it's kind of useless. So I mean, I guess here's the land because we got nothing. You're at 25 feet away with a machine gun, and I got no way of doing anything with you.
That's the problem. I am too trusting too. Like my redneck hospitality. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Like, oh, Steve, Oh, you made it, huh?
You're
okay,
back.
come on in. We're back. You remember that whole "you're a serial killer" thing? Doesn't matter now.
Yeah, actually,
you were a great roommate. Yeah,
it looks good on your resume now.
Steve, come on in, buddy. I missed you. Don't know how we lost contact.
Yeah.
What do you mean you got ratted out? By who? By
I don't
who?
understand.
Did you happen to bring
Missing? No, I didn't go missing. I told you my mom was sick. I had to leave.
Then we had the whole zombie pandemic and everything fell apart.
One thing went to
Economy
another.
collapsed. Here we are.
And here you
Small
are.
world.
Yeah.
Did you happen to bring the wind cover thing, the little mounted cat that I left in the bottom of that floor? Did you happen to bring that with you? I mean, did you grab that from the apartment before you came?
Before civilization collapsed.
Yeah.
There is other problems aside from zombies and other people, of course. I mean, well, diabetes. You kind of hit upon a big one. I mean, just health-wise. Health-wise, we're screwed, are we not?
Yeah.
Let's face it. Going into this, diabetes is probably an okay one to have for a second, compared to, anything else.
Oh, as long as you're not in dialysis.
Dysentery. Suddenly dysentery started to come into play again.
Yeah.
Right?
I got a freaking cold. I might be on my way out.
Right? Not with those people who know how to do elderberry, or what is it, like those master herbalists that are out there.
That's what we need to find. Right. We need to find an old Indian man, old witch doctor or chieftain or medicine man.
We need to go to Chris's mom. Christopher's mother is a master herbalist.
She is a master herbalist.
She is in on the bus. We could have put her in the bus, man. We need her.
She just took my seat.
All right, diabetic boy, your time is done.
Yep.
Yeah, now I feel like this is more of a Mad Max-esque feel to it.
Yeah, I'm going to start learning how to play electric fire-spitting guitar, so you'll keep me around just for that.
Literally entertainment value.
Yeah, just strap me on the front of the bus. I'll play that guitar. It'll just shoot fire and make noise, and I'll be like, "See, I'm useful, guys. I'm useful."
I don't know where we're getting all this excess petrol, but there it is. Let's feed it to your guitar for some reason.
Why not?
Also, the one thing you don't want me doing, making noise, is what I'm out front of the van doing.
Right.
I don't know where they're coming
zombies.
from.
Come on, boys.
Look, guys, look what I did.
We got a trebuchet on board, man.
It's wheeling and back, made of wood behind the bus.
It's on a U-Haul trailer or something, I'm sure.
One wheel needs oil. It just keeps squeaking.
Yeah. We weren't exactly sure how to make it. We had the plans, but the scale's all wrong, so it's like 3/4 size. It's the size of like a van or something.
We literally had that one screwdriver, the mechanic screwdriver, to put that thing together.
That's right. Anybody think of bringing like a saw? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tools.
Yeah.
It doesn't really throw anything except for maybe small animals. That's about it.
Yeah. I would show up, be like, "Guys, I brought the tools." You'd open up the door, it'd all be DeWalt, reliant on a battery.
All battery charged. Like, that's great for the first 2 days. Then what?
I'd just be looking like in the corner, like, "Are you proud of me?"
You better build more tools. Is what you need to do with these things.
Chris did good. Chris,
see, I'm useful. Don't throw me out. What's that on your leg? Oh, it's a zombie. I brought him in. It's named Steve.
It's Steve.
It's Steve.
Oh, Steve.
All those listeners who are like, "Why are they picking on Steve? What did Steve do to these people?"
Yeah, Steve was not a nice guy, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be becoming helpful now, but
yeah. So first off, let's go back to the zombies. Which zombies are we choosing? Which world are we living in the zombie world? Slow and dumb.
There you go. So Shaun of the Dead, Slow and Dumb.
I can't remember if those were slow and dumb exactly. Like I thought some of them tried to break through windows and things. I want them dumb. Like I want
breaking
them
through windows isn't very smart. That's brute force. We'll allow them brute force.
Oh, come on. I mean, if we can pick what zombies we want, I want them that are just walking into a wall.
Yeah. I just want them walking in circles, all happy. You don't get to pick that, man.
All right, fine.
I mean, even in the original Dawn of the Dead or Night of the Living Dead, they were like pulling boards off of windows or something. So we got to give them that.
That's true.
You got to give them animal intelligence. They're not going to be operating a ladder or like a doorknob, but they can certainly bust through a window.
What animal? Because I don't want them having like, what's a smart animal?
Dolphin brain.
I don't want to be a dolphin.
Parakeet.
Zombie, like figuring out how to outsmart me.
Yeah, parakeets have the intelligence of like a toddler.
Oh, so they are smarter than Niswanger. Yeah, okay. we don't want that.
Great, and parakeets know how to knock on things. So inevitably, I'll be guarding the front door, and all I'll hear is a knock. Knock, knock, knock. Hello?
Hello? Come on in. Someone's here.
Hello? Like,
we really need a face peek before actually opening up the door.
How did they get in?
We were going to build a peephole, but for some reason the batteries died. We don't have a drill anymore.
It started out a peephole with that screwdriver and turned into a huge walk-through hole.
Yeah. So
is this good?
I think we're doomed.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're going to make it, guys.
All right. The question is, how long do we make it?
If we don't starve to death. If we don't starve to death.
How long are we living in this
Has anybody thought about food? Food's kind of a big problem too.
Well, you can go pretty long without food. You can go even less without water.
I think water's going to be easier to find. We can't even hunt food. None of us have a projectile, or even nobody even brought a knife for some reason.
Look,
apparently,
in Castaway, he was able to spear fish with his spear.
Do we live in the ocean? Do we live in a small island? Can you walk to the ocean? No,
but you
can't. Some people can. We're talking about us. We're not making it to the ocean.
No.
So, we can assume we have access to some food, but it's probably not going to last terribly long. We have no hunting equipment, apparently. I mean, sure. I'm sure if we had time, we'd gather some useful stuff. But I'm just basing all of this off of our basically long, stabby sticks.
Yeah, this is basically like that whole "you're on a desert island. What are the things you're bringing?" And we chose poorly.
Screwdrivers, maces, so we can hammer things. We can screw. We could screw what exactly? I mean, what are we going to use screws for?
It's the trebuchet.
The trebuchet, of course.
Here's what's going to happen. Zombie apocalypse happens. We all three show up in a semicircle around each other. We look at our the weapons we have, and then we look up at each other
and go,
"God, see the wheels start turning."
This is not going to work. We did not think this through.
Yeah. Then you see the alliances forming in the eye speak that's going on between each other.
The funny thing is, I think I might do better than that. I have like a bug out bag, so I will not be without everything. I will. Do you have a bug out bag or something that you could grab? Anybody?
I have a bag that I could use as a bug out bag. But
so
it's
do you have
empty.
some? Oh, it's empty. So you have a plastic Walmart bag.
No, those are bad for the planet.
Okay.
I have a reusable bag.
Turns out it wasn't plastic that got us.
No, it wasn't the plastic.
I'll be in the zombie apocalypse going, man, where can I recycle this? At that point, that screwdriver's going through my head. Oh, he's out.
Yeah. So, assuming we get to the bug out bags, well, guess what? Me and Wiseman, we're okay for a little bit. You're kind of you're kind of a liability at this point, Niswanger.
I mean, that plastic bag makes a lot of noise when you run with it.
I have a 511
on your way to
bag.
the nearest refrigerator for some insulin.
I have a bug out bag. I would bring a Brita water filter. Huh.
It's useful. I'm not going to deny it has some use. I mean, I already have a water purification system myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Wiseman. You're bringing nothing to the table, man. You thought you had something. You got nothing.
I did.
I've got one of those purification straws that you can like drink out of a pond and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Like how long does those last? Legit. I've heard of those, but like
several thousand gallons.
I have two Sawyer water purification systems. I'm good for quite some time. I'm not going to die of thirst.
Yeah.
Definitely die of the common cold or something is going to get me. Oh man. All right, so we can assume we have basics. How about we assume we have basic survival equipment? Sleeping bags, knives, hatchets, bow saws, a cat.
All right. I mean, a few firearms.
Okay, yeah, we'll say we have basic hunting supplies. So the question remains, how long do we think we have? We have to contend with, we're going to say we're contending with simply the zombies and, well, rednecks. The redneck horde, I guess.
I give us a month at best.
Wow, really? A month, huh?
Yeah. I give it a month at best. I mean, if it's the three of us and that's it, yeah. Yeah, you need a whole lot more people to kind of help with that because look, I mean, you have to have the hunter, right? You have to have the gatherer, you have to have the builder, you have to have the organizer.
Nice fuckers over there going, "Ooh, I can gather."
No, I was hoping he would say organizer and person who sweeps the floors and keeps the place clean.
You gotta have an organizer, but I swear, Nice Longer, I swear, if you stock ketchup, you're the first one out.
I mean, I would stock mustard. You know why?
There you go.
Why?
You know why I would stock mustard?
Why?
Because ketchup is the worst condiment.
Thank you for spending your time with us here at Ketchup is the Worst Condiment. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can contact us through email at ketchupistheworstcondiment@gmail.com.